two, one.
Okay, hi everyone. This is Ty. This is Javella, and this is my brother
Jabari.
And our two grown ups, Liberty Coquise Bell and my aunt Gina will be on the show. Play close attention and subscribe to J&G
Ninja Gorilla.
And out of the mud.
and Out of the Mud.
And we're gonna
Now just we're
we're
gonna get to the show.
we're gonna do a show called Jabari Safari.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do I'm gonna start another YouTube channel.
Let's be going and let them come.
It's faded out, y'all. Still listening. Good job. You told everybody your name. So left. This is gonna show left on the screen. That's gonna show right. It's Gina Show. She should be. Right. Y'all, they can hear y'all. So yeah, keep talking.
All right, so
Sorry
I
for
can
the
hear my voice.
sorry for the
When
silence.
y'all see that screen come back on, that's. Can you hear yourselves?
I can hear myself really well.
My mic sound right.
Talk
Nice.
up.
And in 3,
I'm
2,
hanging.
You ready?
All right, so I'm hanging out with Gina on Talk About It Tuesday. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm sorry we missed our Friday show, so I'm making it up on her show. I get to be her special guest today.
Yeah, we had some health issues we had to attend to. So everybody back healthy now.
Yes.
I'm trying to
Subscribe
share.
to get it out the
So-
mud.
Miss Liberty.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You just gonna eat me up.
Yeah, I'm
Just
sorry.
Jump straight into it, huh?
Yeah, I was trying to share it. I gotta refresh my phone. So Gina Luster, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. By the way, I stole these braids, this style from you when you was in Nigeria. So
Oh boy.
yes, I'm jocking. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm jocking. She's been putting me together these last couple months. She's
Right.
keeping my head on straight, putting me together. She was a stylist. That is still material, girl, right?
Yeah, I'm here to serve. Here to serve. So the topic of the show today is Talk About It Tuesday. Some Tuesdays we'll have a certain topic, but what's with the media and what's going on in the country right now, I just want to kind of keep it open so that we're not talking about something that's not a current topic. I'm sorry, not a current topic. So one of the things I wanted to bring up before we segment into Liberty was what happened Sunday. So I'm like rolling over, recovering from the bike ride. You know, I'm old, so everything was hurting and sore. And I see where President Biden is dropping out of the campaign race.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
I'm like, am I dreaming?
No.
So that really, whew, that changes the game, you know.
All the way.
So, for the callers today, I want to have y'all call in and tell us how you feel about this now. We have Kamala, who I just heard today on my drive back in the town in the Flint that she has the delegates she needs. So
VP Harris.
Yeah.
Miss Harris.
So no,
Where's she from?
no, she would be President
Well,
Harris.
I'm saying VP Harris right now, extended that's running for that actual seat because she's
Yeah.
technically still the VP, right? Or
Yeah.
we don't have. Okay, so she's technically still the VP.
Yeah, because he hasn't stepped down from the presidency. He just stepping down from campaigning.
Yep, stepping down from
So.
the race. So that is a pile of trick.
Yeah, producer for some reason it's not.
Look at it, it's still strength. It's still trying to find it.
It's trying to
And,
find it.
and I need a number to make sure that they calling
It's on
in.
the regular one.
What's that number that they
But the
supposed?
IEC, and
It's-
trying to hit.
Is that the 248?
Still good.
You know that number by her, Gina?
No, he don't put it up there on the screen
Okay.
for the call.
It's on the screen, and we streaming live, and it's going. But it and I had it on this thing for INC, but it ain't.
Hey.
Still sending the data.
So, what's the number for the call in today?
248 820 5053. That's why I was looking for the paper.
I was
Yeah,
looking
someone
for it
took
too.
it. Yeah, 248-820-5053. Call in. Let's talk about it. It's Tuesday. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what happened Sunday. Let's talk about how you feel about our first female African American president if she wins. And let's talk about what happened the Sunday before that.
They trying to kill us on this thing. They don't
With-
want us to go online on our out of the mud INC.
Maybe it's the weather,
I'm assuming.
Everything else linked up.
everything else.
Go on Instagram, see if you see it on Instagram.
Somebody messing with us.
Uh-oh.
It just went through.
It went.
Yeah. So, yeah, I want to hear your thoughts on how you feel about the new news, well, old news now, and also how do you feel about because we didn't get to do our Friday show. How do you feel about President Trump's assassination attempt?
He doing dances on TikTok right now. I seen him doing a couple dances. This is a whole new dance. Dude, you know I'm a big conspiracy theorist person over here. So I have my own opinions and views and ideas of what I'd like to think happened. But
But what you think happened? Oh boy, here we go.
My goodness. You wanna go down that rabbit hole?
Here we go.
What I want to know is, it was the convention, correct? That was held in Milwaukee. Maybe
Oh yeah,
first.
that was before the assassination.
Yeah. So yeah. So when he had got some type of threats, letters, notes, anything.
Well, it's sounding like even with the threats, they knew about they said they had known at least 19 to 20 minutes before it went down that there was some strange guy. And, just, I'm not even a police officer.
But you got proof.
But if you see 10 people pointing this way, doing this, I would think you would go check it out. I mean, there wasn't no shame in his game. The only thing he did was he kind of blended in with the building. I think he had on beige and the building was beige. But you could see this big old gun. So I don't know about that. I was watching yesterday where they were questioning the head of the Secret Service. I think her name is Kimberly something. But at any rate, one thing about it, the Dems and the Republicans both really came after her. And I believe she should lose her job. That could have been bad, We could have literally saw the president's head get blown off on live TV.
And has that happened before?
I mean, going back to the Kennedy.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I think that that was definitely something that should not happen again.
So again,
Yeah.
was that the type of propaganda utilized to
Somebody got lazy, is what I think. It didn't do their job.
I'm a
You know,
conspiracy
I think
theorist
someone got
again, Gina.
lazy and didn't do their job. You know,
Yeah, pretty much somebody got lazy and didn't do their job, and so Kimberly should be fired, and whoever else didn't decided not to
yeah.
do their job. Cause I'm just looking at it overall, like, okay, if y'all knew ahead of time, protocol would be to beef up, you know, beef up the Secret Service, beef up those individuals, the task force, the police task force, right? I mean, I'm not a police officer, right? But Gina, you grew up in that space, and what actually would be protocol if you know that somebody has a gun in that space in the vicinity? Oh, we just gonna let his head get blown off?
Well, I don't know about that, but I do know that 150 yards is what a football field is 50. So that's not far for a sniper.
No, not at all.
You know, and I've seen some interviews with snipers that said, you know, that would have been a kill shot. Yeah. Okay. So that should have been a kill shot. So I don't know if it's because he turned his head when he did, or should the guy have aimed for this area?
I mean, so he guys got his little, so it was just a little snip of his ear, and it was blood on him afterwards, and they seen the blood.
Yeah.
So was that a reminder warning shot for those that grew up during the Kennedy era, when MLK and Kennedy got their heads blown off in front of all those people? Was that like, hey, this is a warning? Pow.
Yes.
This is a warning. Pow. I'm showing you again. Pow. It happened before. And history can repeat itself.
Exactly. I mean, that's
what I got from it.
There was definitely some weirdness going on. Okay. Yeah, so that's just where I'm at on it. I'm done with it. I'm glad he's okay.
Are we?
Yeah. And I'm gonna leave it like that.
You're gonna leave it.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a warning. This is a warning.
Well, one of the things too is we're now getting close to our August 6th primary.
Is that like 15 or 14 days?
Yeah, it was 2 weeks.
I feel like 14 at this moment.
So we're
mm-hmm.
we're what we would say in the home stretch. I think
so if we landing or we take off, or we are we escalating, de-escalating on this flight?
Oh, Mr. said it was BS in my opinion. Yes, I would have to agree.
I would definitely agree.
Yeah. I'm gonna just, like I said, I'm gonna leave it like that. It was some BS.
We left it.
If I do it this way.
Yeah, the lines are open. First topics. Talk about it Tuesday. Gina Luster. 248-820-5053. Once again, that's 248-820-5053. I'm hanging out with Miss Luster.
Call in. Let us know how you feel about that. And how are the citizens in Flint feeling about this primary election coming up?
Ooh.
Have you met any candidates yet? Have you interacted with them? What you think about what this ballot is going to look like?
Ooh.
It's going to be interesting. I'm seeing a whole lot of going on out there.
Yeah, same. I know who I got my vote for county clerk though, by far.
County clerk.
Yeah, county clerk. Definitely. Definitely. By far.
Well, I'm going to just close my eye. No, I'm just kidding. So, it looks like, see, I can't read my own.
Those nonpartisan parties though. Oh, whoop-de-whoop.
There we go.
And are we talking about Flint Township?
So,
Means we saying rest in peace to Tim Sneller too?
no,
No.
no.
Uh,
Miss,
who got a question?
Miss J says, so are you excited, Liberty? What is the climate in the first ward looking like right now? How they feeling?
You know what? I'm very excited. Like I said, and I don't know if y'all know, but I just did an interview with what's the show? Winter's Hall.
18 Media.
18 Media.
Mhm.
Is it A10 or 18 Media?
18.
Okay, 18. So I did an interview with Winter's Hall, nice young lady. First time really interacting with her. And the climate of the first ward is very different because I'm used to supporting Councilman Mays, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so you got 6 candidates. And like I said, win or lose, you know, whoever get to see, I'm supporting regardless because I love the first ward, right? I have grown up in the first ward. My grandma's house is there for first house built on that strip more than 52 years ago. So I have a lot invested in the first ward. So that forever be home. And I'm going to continue to do the work, whether win or lose. That's how I'm feeling about it. So I'm excited.
She said she saw the show. She saw it.
Okay. So yeah, I'm extremely excited. I mean, it has been a journey for me, both healing and educational, I'll say. My first rodeo actually getting out to say, hey, vote for me in politics, right? But prior to that,
Hey,
you know,
B. Martin said, okay.
Hey, but we're here. It's open. Talk about it Tuesday. My show is on Fridays with Gina, but I'm just her special guest today. I'm just tagging along. So 248-820-5053. You know, I'm hanging out with the cool nerd. The smart, educated nerd that
The cool, tired nerd.
Cool, tired, educated nerd. I got her and Grundy in the studio with me, so I'm soaking up all the knowledge, all of it.
Grundy said, "What's up, Miss B. Marie?"
Hey, now B Marie, is that the librarian?
There you go.
I'm just saying, I love her. I bet you she knows so much. She work at the flip.
There you go.
What? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We rest our case.
I plead. I plead.
She said, "Hey, you."
I love you. I love you. Look, she keep my kids in check for me when I'm at the library, but she is very extremely intelligent. Like shout out to Gloria Pico's Flint Public Library, right? And shout out to those people that actually work there. I love Mr. Roberts too.
Yeah, some cool people working.
I love that goes. Like I be excited when
you
I
gotta
go.
sit back.
Oh,
Yeah.
Work it. I'm
so
too far in the mic.
I'm just glad that my body is recuperating. I'm gonna tell you about my week. I would like to start off with the positives. You know, it was a great weekend. Shout out to Daryl Campbell. Happy birthday to him and his grandbaby, his granddaughter.
Who is that?
You know, Eric used to say, "I'm going to see Mr. Drysdale." Mr. Drysdale, for you guys that are young, Mr. Drysdale was the banker in the show The Beverly Hillbillies. So that's what Eric used to call Daryl Campbell. But he did something so awesome for Gordon Strozier this weekend.
Who is that?
From Ready for the World.
Oh, what they sing?
George giving me all this to do. Oh, she said, thank you, and thank you for sharing. I think I got a text, was like, yeah, we're doing this fish fry Saturday, for Gordon, because I think he was in the hospital like 2 months in the rehab facility. So
yeah, that's 60 days.
Yeah, he was there a while. So he came home Thank God he's home. God is good. I'm giving him a new name too. I said, since we have a Mr. Drysdale, I'm gonna call Gordon Mr. Howe from Fantasy. I mean, from Gilligan's
Yeah, I knew
Island,
exactly where you was
Mr.
going.
Howe. So,
Oh,
but anyways, it was about maybe 100, 150 people, I think, showed up Saturday. We was on Weatherby in the hood where Gordon grew up with his King hood friends, King school hood friends, and it was a really nice turnout. We all got all of our bikes out of his, I call the bike cemetery, out of his basement and dusted them off. And some of us, like myself, hadn't rode my bike since 2 summers ago. So,
oh, how the inside of your thighs?
I'm still in recovery. That's what I said. I'm the old, tired nerd.
She said Witherby and MLK, y'all. Shout out to them Baker folks, them Baker Street folks.
Yeah, we was all.
I grew up on Mount Illy.
All out there, and then once it got the sun went down and cooled off, they did the bike ride up to the Dewey Park.
Oh, y'all went up to Dewey too? So they had a Black Club party too?
They were in the park up there.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was a lot going on Saturday. It was a lot going on, but it was good to see turnouts all over the city, and hopefully nobody was hurt and everybody made it home safely.
I just hate that I missed that fried fish and that hot fresh. What y'all have?
I gotta give a shout out to that Daryl Robinson. He can fry some fish.
I'm so jealous. Can I have some? Do y'all got a plate of baked beans, some turkey? Yeah. I heard about the turkey, baked beans with the turkey sausages and the turkey steaks. And what came fresh off the out of the
We had bluegills there.
You told me about walleye.
They had walleye and bluegill and perch on. And catfish.
I'm so jealous. Can you just let me relive that moment?
And then after the bike ride, I think his name is Chef Mike, came in and did us some awesome coney dogs. Oh man,
they was beef.
Yeah, because Gordon don't eat pork. So
he don't. Remember how you was getting on me though? About I don't eat pork, but with pork, remember we was talking about how
I'm like, you might not eat it, but
it's in everything.
Certain soap you use has it in there. So you could be taking it in other ways.
I try. Right. Isn't it in my toothpaste too?
Some of it, toothpaste has it in there. So it's kind of hard to live a swine-free life.
248-820-5053. 248-820-5053. Let's talk about it up the line.
The producer just get on the mic.
Right. I want to see you. Right. Yeah, come on.
Well, oh boy, we're going down the swine hole real quick.
I thought the pigs was gonna fly. Cast it out the swine. Pigs gonna fly.
He's got notes.
I got my pink Peppa Pig shirt on today, y'all. Peppa Pig,
Barbie pink.
Yeah, Barbie pink. I'm just telling y'all right now, like.
See, those are the colors we have to wear when we ride, so somebody can't say they didn't see.
Oh yeah. So the next time, I have to get a bike. I gotta get a bike to hang out with y'all. I heard your bike got all type of cool lights and stuff on here, and I was like stalking and looking at pictures.
I call my bike Purple Rain. It's purple.
You did.
It's Purple Rain.
Jesus.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can. Okay. Y'all see this shirt she got on? I really want to hear what Grundy has to say.
No, I was just listening to y'all conversation. I wasn't trying to diddy the conversation, be all up in your stuff. I'm trying to be more like Suge Knight and back in, But pause, no diddy.
Right.
The conspiracy thing about pork.
Mm-hmm.
So, and not just pork, it's just the things that the world tells us, or religion on a major basis tells us not to do, is in everything, such as pork. Like you can't eat candy without getting pork.
Gelatin.
Exactly. So you up here doing all your stuff, and Allah and whoever else, and then plastic, like the oil. It comes from oil. It comes from crude oil. It comes from You know, so anything that we do, everything you touch, your clothes, your shoe, it takes away your connection to the earth when it's on your skin or around you.
Yes, that's Jordan.
Yes, that's Mr. Grundy.
That's
our
producer extraordinaire. He's got his notes.
And he teaching us about.
And
I'm just telling y'all my little rabbit hole theory. And then politics, if you understand bread and circus. So it's to make you look this way while things are going on that way. Sexual inhibitions in the height of those to make you stimulated so much that you're in the wrong chakra.
Oh, this is deep.
And
Miss B. Marie said, hi.
Hey, B. Marie.
Hey.
Hello there. And then your wisdom teeth.
Oh, and what we supposed to not do with them?
You got your wisdom teeth?
Uh-huh.
You got yours?
Yeah.
I ain't got mine.
I got a few of mine.
You got a few of yours, but they took some out. Told you need them taken out, right?
No, they still right here. They stripped me of them when I had braces. So they took like 4 other. They took like the.
Had too many teeth.
They took the cuspids and left them on my nerves. They need to take
either
them all.
You do or you don't have your wisdom teeth.
It's like half of my wisdom tooth on my nerve. They didn't take it from me.
So you missing how many wisdom teeth?
None of them. One of them didn't grow in.
Okay.
Stop, Gina, because you know I got all these defects going on.
Now you tell me if you understood that.
Listen, what happened to? I blame it on the water.
So when they didn't come in, they didn't do like the surgery to cut your gums so that it could come up.
No, because I had these. They had removed the 4 when I had the braces, so they were supposed to fill into those spaces. So I still have some that's sitting on the nerve. Like
that's one of the things that happens in that surgery. They can hit your nerve when they taking them out.
So they just.
But why do they really have to take them out?
When
last time you know somebody that got all their wisdom teeth died from having wisdom teeth?
I ain't never heard nobody.
I wonder
but back then, I guess that was an old wise thing.
Everything in our body's supposed to be there because it connects to something. So if they call wisdom teeth, what you think they connected to? Probably the pineal gland or something like that.
Something.
Just coming up with some random stuff.
So I kind of weird. This is so weird because it's just open. We can talk about it Tuesday. We can talk about whatever.
Hi, Billy.
I'm wondering about a dermoid cyst. Then if it grow with teeth, it's like some. Okay, so is that like is it my eggs or is it inside my mouth when I'm developing? You know, because it's all connected and it's just a bunch of intertwining cells,
been you
right?
Had a twin.
It could have been I had a twin. Wow. So going into that, I would like to apologize because of this past Friday, I missed our meetup, right? Because I am an endometriosis warrior.
Well, I didn't want to put that. I just said some medical issues.
So I'm an endometriosis warrior. So I have.
What is that? What is endometriosis? Excuse my ignorance.
Endometriosis is when tissue, you have more tissue that grows within your body other than the regular everyday tissue.
So let me help you. You know, spaghetti, if you don't cook it right and it sticks and it get all icky and in between it.
So sticky spaghetti.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's basically what happens, but it's all muscle.
It's
nerves. It's
tissue.
So it's just overgrowing muscles that are very, very aggressive.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so the pain can shoot and make your foot hurt.
Yep.
Or make your arm hurt. Your back hurt. That's how bad the pain is.
Is it similar to when all your, what's the other thing called, when all your muscles and all your stuff ache, everything just ache?
Arthritis?
No.
Lupus?
No. Only women get it.
Like when your menstrual cycle PMS.
No. It's just like you just always in pain. And it's.
Oh, you're talking about
Something to be your tongue. The name.
No, yeah. My brain just went blank.
I'll remember it probably tomorrow.
Yeah, so it's that's the best way I can describe it. It's like almost being in labor, having contractions all the time.
Yeah, see, I can only empathize. I cannot sympathize.
Y'all gotta tell me the name of it. Contracting. I'm trying to go through a list of things on the top of my head. I know Grandy is the guru of Googling.
He gonna start Googling.
Or you gonna duck go?
So call in. Again, the number is 248-820-5053. And don't forget, the Cash App is James. $James is. Why y'all don't know?
I forgot. James is money. What is it called?
Oh man,
Don't say the wrong thing.
right. This is terrible.
I don't know that, James. Well, Granny, what's the cash? I don't have one.
Look, I need the money. Y'all don't want to send them over.
What? Right? Yes, we do. Cash App. What's the Cash App? What's the Cash App? Send us the Cash App. Cause that was for we was on the Greatest Mayfield that day. So
yeah,
what
but it's
is
usually
it?
on here.
I know, and I'm looking for.
And it's not on here today.
Well, I didn't take it off.
$sign.
Because the only thing that was left on there was the Gina Luster Show. So text him, ask him what it is, see if you see it.
Yeah. Oh, I can't.
She
Get your
can't
phone.
just lie. Children.
So at any rate, I wanted to.
Children.
No one has called in yet. I wanted to start off by giving Liberty a platform to speak on what she's all about. You know, she's doing more out here in the community than just running for first ward. And I think she's starting to feel like I started to feel after I ran for office the first time. I was like, you know what? It's cool to run, but I feel like I can almost do more not being in a seat because I have a little more freedom. I'm not under the constraints and don't have to be so politically correct. So, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who's struggled with that. You know, you like, should I or shouldn't I? You know, am I gonna be put out by the activist community? Are they gonna look at me different now? Because now I'm one of them instead of one of the, you know, one of those instead of one of them kind of thing. So it's definitely something that people who run for elected offices, well, I can speak for myself and some of the other people that I know struggle with when you're coming out of an activism world. I'm not talking about just anybody who's running for office, but I'm talking about us activists and organizers. It's really a fine line because some of the meetings that activists and organizers hold, we don't let elected officials in. So you know that right there is hurtful to certain people. Eric did not like that. He complained about that all the time. Fibromyalgia. That's it. That's basically what it's saying. Difference. Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
So yeah,
that's part of it.
Eric hated that. You know, well, I'm an elected official.
But you hated it too, though.
We
all hated it.
Some of us kind of fought against it, but B. Marie said right, yeah. So I know some of the things you feeling and going through, so I wanted to give you this platform and kind of really get in depth about who Liberty Bell is.
Okay.
So first off,
I should have brought my portfolio.
No, this is stuff you know, like you know your Social Security number. So let me hear about your educational background. What hood you from? Or what neighborhoods did you live in? Some of us lived in multiple wards and neighborhoods growing up. So what wards and schools did you attend? Elementary, middle school, and high school?
Humble beginnings. I believe in quantum physics. You know, we can go down these rabbit holes, right? But so I'm gonna straddle that line.
When I give y'all this look, this is
that's the nerd.
This is the nerd. Don't know what's going on.
The nerd. Okay, so 1914 Day Nav. It doesn't exist anymore. So that's technically that was Merle Hood, but that was the second ward. So in the 80s, I was born in 1914. Dayton Ave. That was my address at the
You
time.
weren't
But
born in 1914.
that was my address.
Mm-hmm.
1914. Dayton Ave.
She's an 80s baby.
I'm an 80s baby. Did your parents know cocaine? That song. James is ready for money.
That's
Is that
it.
Cash App? James is ready for money.
That's what I was forgetting. Ready.
James is ready for money.
It's the
Okay.
Cash App.
It's the Cash App. Chime. 248-820-5053.
So you would say Merle Hood,
Yep, second ward.
and then you moved to.
We moved a couple places, so we moved all around. Like my family was the Ratchets, right? My mom and them got like 40-some first cousins. So they it's a lot of them. My grandfather, my mother's paternal side, we started on Wager and Ridgeway.
Okay, Wagner and Ridgeway. Okay,
Wagner,
shout out
Ridgeway.
to
So that's
old
first
hood,
word. Yep,
yeah.
those are old areas. My great grandmother maternal side end up here in St. John's area. So she had a house before 475 was built.
Right.
That no longer exists, right? So, but that's them. Me personally, I'm 1914, Dayton Street, Dayton Ave. My first educational experience was the Bryan Center.
Oh, okay.
Because, Pearson School was right there.
Mm-hmm.
My family was on Ridgeway, and my mom was actually going to school. So I started going to daycare, and I went to the Bryant Center before they closed down. Then I went to where St. Luke's is now. That was Detroit College of Business before they became Davenport.
Mm-hmm.
So I attended daycare there too, right? And that strikes literacy or learning or being in spaces with other people with education. But the first school I actually attended for kindergarten was Martin Luther King Jr. under Miss Baker.
So you were at King.
Principal, yep. That was and that's when King still had half a days.
Oh, what you mean?
You know, kindergarten is all day now. Back then, when I was in school, I was in the morning class.
Oh, so yeah, me too.
Yep,
me too.
And then they had the
she
the
said
second.
She from Merle Hood. She said she will always respect everybody's decisions. So whatever you decide to do, it's gonna be all right.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah, so.
I love her again.
So then you, from King?
The following year after I left King, I was in the gifted program. So I went to Potter. I was bused to the other side of even though I stayed on Mount Elliott, I was bused all the way over to the east side.
Yeah, was Miss Smith still there? White lady with the long hair and the little John.
The big old glasses.
The John Lennon glasses.
Yeah.
She's a sweetheart. Miss Smith.
Wow. My teacher there, she's dope. My teacher there was Miss Darrell, black lady.
Darrell was still there.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't a fan. I had homework on the weekends in first grade, so I was kind of pissed off, right?
Yeah.
And so we had an incident that year. My cousin, he got left by the bus, and we stayed all the way on the other side of town. We would go skating with the kids. We stayed all the way. We stayed on Jackson and we stayed on Jackson and Mount Elliott Street.
So he was stuck at Potter?
Yes. And we would go skating, so he was stuck. And then that was the first strike. Second strike was they was throwing rocks at our bus.
The black kids.
Black kids, when we couldn't get back to the hood, they was throwing rocks at our bus. Girl got her earbus on the bus.
Wow.
They bust our windows and they had to take a police report. And I'm in the first grade, they in the second, and it was like, damn.
Yeah, that's a rough ward for us.
Damn. And so
even on the campaigning over that way is rough.
And so it's like, yeah, it was like, damn. So,
Mind you, that's 4-4.
yep. We end up switching schools, and first we went up to Summerfield. The kids was running wild all over the place. We couldn't find no teachers. It was lunchtime. We asking the kids like, where y'all teachers and stuff at? They like, we don't know. They on lunch break, but the principal will be back. So off we go. They like, oh hell. Our parents like, oh hell no.
Well, that was like a neighborhood school, so a lot of kids probably walked home for lunch. Was
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they wasn't nobody to be found. And this, 90, 95, 96.
Yeah.
So off we go to Civic Park, Civic Hood, Civic
You went to
Hood.
Civic Park.
I went to Civic Park. And I still have black teachers. This is the onset of what was transitioning.
Yeah.
Right?
Getting you ready for where we at now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and by the way, shout out to Miss Fields. Shout out to Miss Janice Motley, who having her family reunion. I love her. You Pine Bluff too?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Those are awesome teachers. So I say awesome educators.
Educators, because those are the things that I will never forget, right?
Yeah.
Because by the time I was in 4th grade, I had a white male teacher.
That was different. Huh?
It was extremely.
It's a different form of teaching.
Absolutely. But you know what he told me? He said, listen, Liberty, by the time you are in the 3rd grade, they have already built jail cells to determine, based on the amount of times that you've got in trouble, whether you will have a prison cell.
That record follows you,
or not. You. And I was like, what? And I was sitting on student council. That was my first exposure to, being involved in politics. And it was like, what? This man just told me, I'm in the 4th grade. This man just told me literally to my face that they are building jail cells.
Waiting on you.
Depending
on what your record looks like.
And I was in the 3rd grade, and I was in the 4th at that time, but I just finished 3rd grade. I was like, so based on.
So what high school did you attend, and what year did you come out?
Ooh, wait, you ain't let me finish all the other 8 schools.
Some more schools?
Man,
you like an Army brat. You got more than.
I'm the Army Flint.
You got more than 5 schools under your belt.
Oh man, so that's 3, 4. That's 3 off it.
No, we have 4.
Damn, we have 4. Bryan Center, did that count?
Said Bryan Center, Civic Park, Summerfield, and
I didn't go to Summerfield. I just stepped in and we walked out. We walked out and went over to Civic Park. We had Mr. Burroughs and those black educators. So anyway, back to that story. Again, we was ghetto, right? So 4th grade, I had to leave Civic Park. We were moving. That was when they still did addresses.
Yeah.
And I stayed across. I stayed on Mount Elliott. So technically, I was supposed to go back to King once I left Potter. But the bus incident, so we still
wanted to go. You couldn't go to Bunch?
I couldn't go to Bunch. I wasn't. No, Bunch was out of the area. That was further towards. That was Gilroy's was still over there. So yeah, that was left of. That was they had opened Lawndale by then.
Okay.
So. Yep. So we was cheating though. We was using my mama's homegirl address. So for ranking. So I could go to Civic Park. And I went there and I slipped up and told them the right address. And they was like, y'all gotta go. I was like,
look again.
Right. But I didn't know, I did not know. And we were in the process of moving because my parents, they had bought their first home. So I was like, you know what, I'm moving anyway. But I was crying because I was actually working on writing a book in the 4th grade.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So you moved and
I end up at Anderson.
You end up
with Miss Mooney now and Miss Allen.
Okay, Anderson. Oh, by the 90s she was
probably gone.
Miss Anderson was still there?
The white lady? No. Anderson? No, she was gone.
She's light. Was she not white?
She was gone.
Oh.
Yeah. Shout out to Miss Billy Bullock too though.
Oh yeah.
She's still kicking. She's still kicking.
I don't know. I
I'm
think
sorry.
so. I don't know. Don't get me to say.
Don't.
Cause I've been to saw somebody and then hear, yo, they passed last week. And I was like, I didn't know. I didn't hear that.
bad.
You know, my bad. So then let's get to high school because we don't
I
have
ain't
a lot
even
of time.
finished. I went to Anderson. Okay, I'll speed through Anderson. Boom. That was right next door to Northern. But after I left Anderson, I went to Northridge. So that was my 1st academy.
Okay.
Then I turned around and went to Longfellow. And Longfellow, I went to Southwestern, and Central. Because I was a magnet student.
Southwestern and Central.
So, yep.
So Liberty has just been about every school. Just about every school.
My bad. I'm sorry. I didn't just get the
Call in if you went to school with Liberty. Let me hear how she was acting in school.
Oh. So
I want to hear from some classmates.
I had to simulate. Either I felt like I had to be the queen of everything. I had to overcompensate because I was either always the new kid or I was like the kid that had to have every award. I had to have the best grades. I had to compete with the kid that had been there for a long period of time.
Well, that's good. Competition is good. That's what made me always. I wanted to always beat the boys.
Yeah.
I wanted to get a better grade than the boys.
You liked all the boys.
That was my motivation.
That's because all the boys liked you.
No, I wanted to be like I'm smarter than the boys because the boys always thought they were better in math and science, and I'm like, I got this. Don't ask me to spell anything. I'm like, no.
So you good with the numbers?
Well, I'm good with numbers.
You the number man?
No. 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 But I'm definitely doing numbers. But like I said, don't ask me to spell too many things. I didn't do very well in spelling.
I heard you count money like the dope man.
I don't know. I think people work when I worked at the Bank of New York and hanging around certain. Well, my grandparents, you have to think, we counted money at the end of the day from the store
because they owned the grocery store.
So we had the money machines. And you got to recount it and make sure that because they would get stuck. They not like the new ones now. They would get stuck. And so we were like the double check, quality check for the end.
Speaking of us, it's a bunch of them Lusters too, though.
Yeah, we took over Central.
Do we?
There's a lot of us.
Wait a minute. So do we got some cousins on cousins? We got some
probably so.
Did they cross? Do we interbreed?
If your grandparents is from Arkansas, I'll stay away.
Oh.
But so it's good to know you went to Southwestern and Central because so did I. So you got to kind of see the two sides of the South Side because that's two different sides of the South Side.
Yeah.
The Central folks and the Southwestern folks.
Yeah.
The Southwestern folks were more like from Door Highway back going towards Saginaw Street. Where the Southwestern folks. I'm serious. The South Side was split up like how the North Side was.
I agree 100%.
You had the Northwestern people and the Northern people.
I agree 100%. Absolutely.
So, but that don't mean that we all love each other. No.
Yeah, we all Flint.
Yeah.
Flint town.
But it's good to know that you went to both. So, and then tell us about college. How was that? And where did you go? Oh, you didn't tell us what year you left.
So, what year did I leave Central? What year did I leave Southwestern?
No, what year did you leave to go off to college?
That was in 2007. So I'm giving y'all an age range. So
once you get in, once you run for office, everybody knows everything.
Damn, I don't get no privacy.
It's all public record.
This all public record.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
They can check your water bill, your tax.
Yeah, they been doing. Yeah,
you know how the evil politicians are. But anyways, let's get back on. I don't want to go down that hole tonight.
Not tonight. It's talk about it. Talk about it Tuesday.
I don't go down that hole.
Hey,
so So it's now 2007, and where are you going?
At that point, I'm 17 years old. I don't know where the hell I'm about to go. You know, I just want to get out of my parents' house. I got a good job at Planned Parenthood because that's my co-op, right? So I am a peer educator. So that's humble beginning.
Yeah.
So not only am I a peer educator, but I work my way to team leader.
Shout out to Naira Sharif. She worked there too.
Yep, and Tunde all around.
Yeah.
So from there, I hire my own staff, and they like, we want you to stay and go to mine. You stay in here. I'm like, no. So I got a letter from U of M Flint. I really wanted to go out to
Berkeley
Mm.
in California, but I was 17. And I did not do any type of emancipating myself. So I'm 17. I'm still under my parents' roof, and I don't turn 18 until
Yeah, you would have had
November.
to get emancipated to leave the state.
Yep. And so nope.
Yeah.
That ain't going. And my uncle was a big Michigan fan. Shoot, I got accepted to Michigan too. And U of M here, my Michigan State, and University of Michigan Ann Arbor. I chose Michigan State.
What made you make that choice? I like to hear the answer to this. Because everybody's got a different answer. But it's interesting to me.
It's a couple stories. I mean, in my mind, I didn't really have no guidance. I just really wanted to get away, you know.
Trying to get out the house.
I was trying to really get out the house. And I was crushing on this boy. Like, I was crushing on this boy, right? And he didn't even go there. His family went there, right?
Oh, wow.
I know, right? But at the end of the
Are the
day,
lines open, producer?
it was.
They are.
Let's drop the number.
It was three things that really happened that stood out to me that made my decision to go to state, right?
Mm-hmm.
My favorite color is green. I was crushing on a boy. And my
a boy, the colors.
And my homegirl, I'm gonna come back to that. My homegirl, she wanted to go to state. She ended up not going to state that year because she ended up getting pregnant by her stepfather. Her stepfather was molesting her.
That's another.
And I said, you know what, I'm gonna do this for us. I'm gonna go to school for us.
Aww.
So we was in the 11th grade, and that whole year she carried that baby, and she was in denial about it. And her son is actually graduating this year. His open house is in August.
That's
Shout
awesome.
out.
That's
so
awesome.
That's a whole nother story. And then
so you at state.
And hold on, and just one more piece, because you know I'm long-winded, right?
Oh no, I'm looking at the time, and we losing people.
No, okay, stay. Okay, and now one more thing about state that stood out to me is Michigan did away with affirmative action that year.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like,
True.
I'm going to state. Yeah, I'm going straight over Michigan.
So you're at state.
Mm-hmm.
In my experience of speaking with people who went to state, did you run into the racism on day one?
Man, I did. My roommate from jump, my first roommate was like, I'm not used to people of your culture. She was from Holland. And it was like, dang. So she moved out. She didn't.
You should have said, I'm not used to people from real culture.
And I had been in Europe though. I was cultured. I had studied away in Europe at 13.
Holland, so I don't know what she was.
Man, she said I wasn't used to people of your culture and moved out. And I got a letter because at the time I couldn't take out no school loan. So I got a letter saying, hey, you got to move either here or with these people, or you got to pay. Because you don't got and I didn't have the money to pay
to keep the single room to yourself.
So I'm asking, like, because my parents had just filed bankruptcy. So I'm like, what I'm about to do? I don't know what to do.
There's a lot of students that get that freshman year that something happens and they end up losing scholarships, all types of things.
Lost scholarships, all type of stuff. I experienced the most levels of confusion that I'm able to now demonstrate or talk to my children about, or other children now who are going to a PWI.
So what was your major?
What part of it? I started out as a business major, and I ended up in communications and did a lot of classes with public policy. Studied ways with public policy.
And that took you to the East Coast.
That took me to the East Coast, correct.
And that was a paid internship?
That was a paid internship.
And how long was it supposed to be for?
It was only supposed to be for 4 months, and they asked me to stay on board.
So you did a well enough job for it to be extended. So that's awesome.
So 2 things. Okay. All of the messages are coming in on this feed. So we had somebody call from Hawaii and we missed that call.
Call back, Hawaii.
Call back.
That's the other phone. That's the phone with the grid.
So now you're you're at the East Coast. You're doing a paid internship with. I'll let you say who you did your paid internship.
I did my paid internship with BET, Black Entertainment Television, and Human Resources.
So when I met her, because I'm a organizer, I give people like one-on-ones when I first meet them. It's like I'm giving them a one-on-one because I want to know about them. And so when she got to telling me about the Michigan State and then going to BET, and I was like, oh wow, you worked at BET, because I had some dealings with BET when I was in Houston doing videos and stuff. So I got to work with BET a few times. And so I just wanted to hear how she felt about working with BT, and it was interesting because I was like, well, girl, this is what I heard. This is what I heard about over there. So
I still got NDAs, Gina, so I can only say so much.
Well, yeah, of course. So let's go back up a little bit. State. So you were at State before the doctor got exposed.
Ooh, you digging.
I was, and I also interned as. Ooh, I'm loud.
Because you got to work in the athletic department.
I did work.
So we got an inside scoop. No, I just wanted to know what,
Ooh, and how was
248-820-5053.
Yo, you gonna really put me up
We're
last
talking
today.
about the Michigan State Athletics.
Ooh, wee.
And don't forget the Cash App is
James is ready for money.
James is ready for money. So Liberty, you're doing all these awesome things in college. You got these opportunities. So
moving at the speed of light.
Yeah, but you got the chance to work in the athletic department. Yeah,
I did.
Gee whiz, Batman, what happened?
Well, so that's how the BT internship came about, right? So I started at Michigan State. I started working in athletics as marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Where I did promotions and I dealt with our corporate internship, corporate sponsorships, which were Nike and Pepsi at the time.
The big dogs.
And yeah, I worked with them and I came back home for the summer and I interned with Coca-Cola Enterprise here. So I worked with the PGA tours. And then I went back to State and being immersed in making.
Wait, so how long were you out on the East Coast? Because you said they extended it from 4 months to how long?
Shoot, I was out there. That extended to a year, but I worked on production. So.
Shout out to the DMV.
DMV.
I always say that. DMV.
Yeah, shout out to the DMV. Shout out to the people that went to Howard.
Yes.
They really changed my life.
Ain't nothing like that HBCU
Ain't
love.
Nothing like that HBCU love that you will definitely
they just get you and
cuddle you and teach you. Cause
baby, you hungry?
Yep. And my best friend, my college best friend, her grandmother stayed on Howard's campus.
Oh, so you really got to eat.
Yeah. And Jesse Jackson's mother stayed like right around the corner, right up the street. So
wow, so that's good to know. Oh, where's our caller? Call back, caller. We're sorry, we got it working now.
Call back 248-820-5053. James is ready for money.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, don't leave me because I'm long-winded.
No, the one. Yeah. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. So I just wanted to really give you guys a little background on, you see Liberty, but she's traveled and, been basically out on her own since the age of 17. So this is not, and she said, public policy was one of the things she studied while at Michigan State. Mm-hmm. So her going into politics is not like she just woke up one day and said, let me deal with the crazy Flint politics. Because you got to be crazy to jump in this. I'm telling you, I'm crazy. And most organizers and activists are a little different anyways. We different. So, but yeah, I wanted to make sure that the community here knows that she's been involved in the community and abroad, and outside of Michigan, um, working with the public. Marketing is a public service.
Definitely a public service.
Yeah, so working with the
HR.
public, HR,
And
all
just
of those
dealing in
things.
human relations and studying public policy. That was a lot for me.
But that gave you a good grounding, and
I had just turned 21.
and it teaches you how to deal with a lot of different personalities.
It did. And I lived on the hill at 21.
Oh, wow.
You get me? So
Fun
it was
times.
different. And it was different to immerse myself back into Flint politics itself, because Flint and DC, they're similar, but
not to me.
To a degree. They're similar.
Shout out to the Scotts, Gabby Scott, Keith Scott, Miss Scott, and them, because I was able to go to Howard homecomings because they were there and they had a home there, and they would let all the Flint folks just come. I mean, you talk about stepping over dead bodies, literally, come and take over their
I wish I
brownstones.
Oh yeah.
So shout out to them on some awesome days. Those Howard homecomings.
Yeah.
At the go.
That was a lot, but I want to hear about Freaknik because I didn't get to go to get.
I don't know the go. I saw some pretty freaky things on them in them go clubs too. I was like, what's that?
I got to go to the Howard homecomings. Them was
talking
different.
About doing the shake your insides out.
Them was definitely different. Howard homecomings was definitely different. But them dang on Freaknik. Tell me about Freaknik.
We'll talk about that on another.
Tell me about Freaknik. Wayne State.
And I'll get some of the girls that I taught peer pressured into going. I used to peer pressure my friends to go with me.
Days to do so. Look at them girls with days to do so.
Actually, we always got caught up in traffic and really never got to do much. really, you get caught in traffic, you think you're going somewhere, and you really end up just. There's pictures of us just sitting in the trunk of my car on the freeway because we couldn't go.
What kind of car did you have?
I had a Pontiac Sunfire with Momos on it.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, I thought I was something. But
what color was it?
No, I didn't have the Momos yet. No, I didn't have the Momos yet. I had the Momos after I met the guy at Freaknik. He put them on my car because he said it was ugly with the factory.
Oh,
but anyway, so now you back at State. You've been out to the East Coast. You did the BET thing. You did the Coca-Cola thing, and got to meet some awesome people out there and network. And so now you back at, well, not home, but you back at State.
Back at State.
And then what?
I left again. I traveled a while before I end up back in Flint.
So when you came back, where did you work?
I worked in the radio station. I worked for Town Media Square, Club 93.7.
Oh, I know that had to be fun.
I dealt with a lot as a woman in media, as a woman in entertainment. I dealt with a ton. But I did work at the radio station. And one day, all of a sudden, I went through some things. Got married.
Oh, we all do that. We all go through some things.
I went through some things and I got married, and I ended up at this block club, 341 homes. I ended up going to these block club meetings with this old man with this deep voice.
That's how she met Councilman Mays. That's what I was trying to segue into, but she kind of stole it from me.
I did.
That's how she met Councilman Mays, and ain't nothing been the same since.
Ain't nothing been the same ever since, and he kind of just took me under his wing, like, man, because I seen him, when I would come home from State, but I didn't know his background or how knowledgeable he was, and he really embraced me.
Yeah. And if you knew Councilman Mays, he was everybody's councilman, but he only had a circle that he really trusted and, that know what his favorite drink is and what he liked to eat.
His favorite food.
Yeah, what he liked to eat and who he really liked to hang out with.
I was like, and I'm not a pick me person, but what was it about me that stood out to him to be able to vouch to tell you, or vice versa? Oh, I'm so loud.
He had a way of, he didn't fool with you if you wasn't on a certain level. Just think about it. the people that surround him, like Miss Rita and them, these just ain't goofballs. You have to be able to have a conversation with him for him to put you in that small circle with him. And deep conversations and pop notos because it's gonna be all night.
Man,
he gonna have 5 people on the conference call from across from the West Coast to the East Coast, until 4 in the morning.
Like what? I remember him calling me on the 3-way and having Tanya Burns. I don't even think she remembered, but he like, yeah, we about to get her.
She probably fell asleep on it.
We about to get her in this seat in the 6th ward. We going. I'm like, I don't even. And that was my first time,
He was like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Man, it be people God. On the phone. I be like, dog.
But thank God he helped her because
it was like,
that seat was being. It was the last person that held that seat was rough, giving him a rough time. Let me say it like that.
Yeah, and I was just like, Man, it was a journey, and it was like, man, some days I just be like, I'm getting pulled into all this.
Well, shadowing with Eric, you got to see a lot of what the first ward needed.
Absolutely.
In the phone calls, because he don't mind putting it on speaker.
Absolutely.
So you got to hear what the residents needed. Tell me some of the things, when you were with him, some of those phone calls and things you would hear their residents. Some of them weren't even in his ward, but we want to stick with first ward. What was some of the things that you heard that the first warders needed?
Blight being one of them.
That's a big one.
Like the grass being cut, when the power go out, like when somebody power go out, whether it's a car might hit a pole, or we might have a winter storm, or we might have an issue with the thunderstorms, the rainstorms, any of those things that take place with consumers, right?
Were y'all getting any calls about basements backing up and things
absolutely,
like that?
Absolutely. And he was putting me on these phone calls, and at the time,
you didn't know you were being taught by the best teacher.
Nope. Nope. The more and more, like, my kids can tell you stories about this man flying up in our driveway, making sure I signed signatures or had petition jobs, or like just making sure that I was always aware and I was always informed.
Yeah. So one of the things he was telling me when he wanted me to, I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta keep up. Oh, good evening. Good evening. That's Tamaya Brown.
Hey, girl.
Where you?
She got a Detroit sign. Where you at?
Yeah, where you at, Miss Brown? What city? Let's see how fast she can type.
248-820-5053. James is ready for money.
Call in.
Talk to us.
So at any rate, at this time, you didn't realize you were kind of being groomed to be in this political atmosphere.
Because I was just doing the work regardless.
Yeah. And Eric always made it fun. You didn't really realize you was working.
Nope. I didn't know I was working, y'all, but I was working. I was making all type of phone calls, and he said, or don't tell them I'm on the phone and see what they say.
Hello, what they say.
This is Councilman Matt. I'm like, bro, what it got me?
Yeah.
Yeah, every day was a new.
You're familiar with Jewel, right?
Who is that?
He was here the first time I came when he did the show.
Oh, Jewel Jones. Yeah. Yep.
He was the youngest
state rep.
Yep.
Okay.
You guys are familiar with each other.
Okay. Yeah.
So have you and him ever had a conversation about politics? Has he given you any pointers?
Maybe. Maybe.
I ask a sensitive question?
No, I'm just saying. No, don't do that, Gina. Maybe, but maybe.
West Side, from the West Side.
From the West Side? Oh, yep. She from the West Side? Okay, cool.
West Side.
Come equipped with game. Hey. So,
I just asked that question because I think it's always good for you to reach out to people who have already ran for office and pick their brains, and they'll tell you some things I don't know, because he actually held the seat for 2 terms?
Yes.
Yeah. So
yes.
I'm sure he could tell you a lot, especially about Lansing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know much about Lansing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know a little bit, but not enough to.
I'm running for a nonpartisan party here in Genesee County and Flint. But although Lansing does hold the seat at the Capitol, right? So
let's
it's
see.
a lot.
Well, when I ran, I didn't even know who the Green Party was. I didn't. I was like, is it the Tea Party? You know, it ain't like the Tea Party. So then I did my homework, but I was kind of handpicked to run as a Green, and so I went around about getting on the ballot in a different way than you guys had to.
Mm-hmm.
I just went to like their convention, and like I had enough delegates or votes, and I'm automatically on.
Okay.
So I didn't have to pay the money or knock the doors. I was automatically on the ballot. So it was a little different.
It was different.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
But you know, I got to talk to some Green Party folks that have won elections. You know, the Jill Steins and all of those folks, and
Green is money.
The Shares and Jane Fondas and people you wouldn't even know that really support the Greens. So that was interesting.
Jane Fonda. Okay.
Yeah, she came in Flint. She was here in Flint with what's the lady from Black Lives Matter?
Natasha.
Yeah, they were here in Flint. So at any rate, I wanted to make sure that I gave your background because a lot of people don't know your background and that your family's been here in St. John area and all through Selby Hood, Merle Hood, and Civic Park Hood, all the way deep east side to Potter School. So, then you said somewhere else. Wait.
Projects.
Whoa.
Ridgeway.
She been on every side of town.
South side. We got people on Cherokee still right now.
Wow. So, yeah. So, Liberty is not just some little cute girl who flew in that used to hang around Eric. She was doing this before she met Eric, and Eric kind of just helped shape her and send her into, I'm not going to say the right direction. Gave her a list of the players in the play. That's how he used to tell me. You got to know all the characters in the play, Gina Luster.
And he always brought up Gina to me. And it's so crazy. Like, when I finally was able to meet her and put a face with a name and just have conversation, it was like, you are the fucking piece to the puzzle. Like, oh, it's you.
So
it's
he drug us to California.
It's you.
I went because he was afraid to fly by himself. And then he ended up flying by himself. He went 3 days before me.
I went, yeah, right. And I went because y'all was out there petitioning. And he was like, I got an opportunity for you to make some money. Gina Luster.
It was awesome being out there in Stockton, California. And
everywhere
around that area. Yeah, it was a cool little 2 months out there. But so anyways, back to it. I just lost one ear. What? My connect, there it is. So I just wanted to make sure that the community, you know, really got to know Liberty in the background. I think that's so important. Did you come up in any church or your family?
I did. I got a little funny story.
Tell us about the church.
So my family is so part of them are Kojic, part is apostolic. You know, it's a bunch of
my
stuff.
My producer just went.
Yeah. So my
see, y'all didn't know this about Liberty. Yeah. You gotta dig deep on these. Yeah. You gotta dig deep on these politicians.
I don't know the song. Sing it then, Grundy.
Grundy, remember the song?
Right.
She said she told you she's supposed to know the song.
At the cross, cross, where I first saw the light. And the burdens
we sing that too.
Of my heart rolled away. But I'm actually Muslim, y'all. Assalamu alaikum.
Well, now you are, but you weren't Muslim then.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Rahmanirrahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in.
What you just say about Rakim?
Saratu Latina and up there.
Look, hold up. So you started out. You was like you came out Kojic. and you don't even know the song. You start add the cross. It's you cannot join in. You must be born in. This is the church of God. You clap. You clap like a European. You clap like a European. This is the church of God.
I got in trouble for this.
This is the church.
I gotta tell you about
God in Christ. You cannot join in. You must be born in.
That's the song.
I just had to get your.
So I got in trouble in church. Okay, my mama was the choir director. And
so y'all had a choir and a band, or just the choir?
We had the choir, the band, all the night.
Because I've been to some where they don't have. It's just the choir there.
My Uncle John had the church right here on Saginaw Street, and right across from the pawn shop.
No band.
Where Greeny. Band. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where
I got. How they are in the South.
Baptized at, actually. But yeah, that's where I started out. The issue, I wouldn't say no issue. Yeah, with choir, right?
Mm-hmm.
My granny was a little ghetto. She let me watch Tina Turner. And what's love got to do with it? So I seen Tina had got put out of the choir because she was marching to her own beat. Mm-hmm. And so I did it to my mama, and so I got kicked out.
You got kicked out the church?
No, I got kicked out the choir. I didn't get kicked out the church because I had to sit down.
So wait.
I didn't get no lead though.
So then when did you become Muslim?
So half of my family is Muslim too. Mm-hmm. I took my Shahada in 2014.
So that's after you came back home.
Yep.
And
Cousin Man was like, yeah, you the Muslims vote. I was like, yeah, Cousin Man. He was messing with me. He knew.
Well, some know.
He knew, but he just was picking to see where I was at or where I stood with certain information. Mm-hmm. Or how I was in the community, because he was vetting me the whole time, and I didn't know per se, but he knew.
You a one-on-one.
He was giving me definitely a one-on-one, and just checking like, oh, so it's they got these jobs going on, the Hillary Clinton campaign, and he made sure I had a job. I'm like, what is it? Both him and Sean always in my business or pulling up in my driveway, and I was the youngest person going to these block club meetings with. Jabari, I was still breastfeeding. And he like, bring the babies. Keep bringing them. Keep coming. They're going to remember that. I'm like, man. And at the time, it was so much going on, Gina.
Yeah, it was a lot going on.
It was a lot.
So that's something good to know. So you have a multi-faceted religion background too.
Yeah.
And you actually learned the language. That's important.
Mm-hmm.
When my daughter going to a Catholic school, I told her, you gotta embrace, you gotta learn some of that Latin.
She know.
She know a little bit. Yeah. A little bit. After
a little bit.
After 10 years of it, I guess you catch on to some of it.
Yeah, you Creole, a little bit. Mm-hmm. Look at her, y'all see.
Only when I get mad. Then you be like, what did you just say?
Yeah.
Nothing.
She know.
So you were officially became a Muslim in 2017. 14, I mean. And how was that change for you?
Shahada?
Yeah.
I was actually Miss Flint at the time.
Oh, let's talk about that. So, Sister Audrey Muhammad put me on the Little Miss Flint pageants that they used to have in the city because her daughter won. And so when you had said that, I guess I don't remember the pageants. I don't know how I didn't remember those, but anyways, I didn't remember them. And she was showing me old newspaper clippings and things like that. Mm-hmm. So it was like y'all had your own little mini Ebony Fashion Fair show going on. So tell me about how you got into that and won that.
So
what year was that?
The first pageant I won was in 2003. I was Miss North Teen Flint of America. And that came about because they would actually mail out the letters to you to compete. And again, remember, I go back to going to multiple schools. And
was it because of your academics, you think?
It was just academics, extracurricular activities. I had to be involved.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You hear that? You got to be involved.
I had to be involved. And later in life, while working at the radio station. I'll go back to that. So I was at BET. Stephen Hill was like, something going on, go back home. So I went, obviously, came back home, end up at my parents' house. I really didn't
Nobody
care.
wants to come back.
Nah, I had to though. I'm like, okay, what's going on? End up at the radio station, Club 93.7, and I don't really get a lot of credit for being on Town Media Square.
Well, let it be known.
I don't get it for opening those doors for those women. Nobody ever says, hey, Liberty and Cheese were the original females that were on the radio station, because that's a hard gig to get the right to have a voice. And, August was over at Club 92.7.
92.
But as far as Club 93.7, no. Town Media Square, no.
So y'all had your own segment. What time of day?
I hopped on everybody's show. Shout out to the late Jeff with 2Fs, Brent, B Ray, Clay, LV, Ricky
These
Burns.
are DJs.
Those were DJs that gave me opportunities to jump on their show. And I was rolling with Silly Boy. Silly Boy had a bigger voice than the actual being, just being in radio. He had a bigger voice than everybody, and he was the ads person. And that's funny because when I first went to the clerk office, go ahead.
Mike Brown said so true.
Yep. So when I first went to the clerk office to turn in my ballot, Gloria knew exactly who I was. She was like, I know you from hanging with Silly Boy. I'm like, oh gosh. She was
Is
like,
that good
Liberty
or bad?
She was like, Liberty Bell, when you running for something? You were running for like Miss Flint or something. I'm like, yeah. Like she got a good memory of who I was and what I was doing.
So the last pageant you won was the Miss Flint pageant.
2014. Yes.
2014.
Actually, I competed in 2013, but my duration went on to 2014. And literally walking off the stage.
Where was that held at?
It was held in Port Huron.
Port Huron, okay.
It was held in Port Huron. And there's other young ladies that have came after me. Now, pageant wise, I don't know what that looks like, but I'm still locked in with those individuals. So it's 83 counties in the state of Michigan, and that's why I know that. Not oh, wow. No, it's 83 counties in the state of Michigan, and I know that from being in pageants and connecting, because those are my pageant sisters, right? That's not including cities and townships.
Well, for what I know about back in the day with the pageant world kind of thing, because a friend of mine, my best friend growing up, her grandfather was a model for every fashion show.
Oh, wow.
So, but I knew it was a lot more based on education. That's why I asked you, how did they hear about you out there in the atmosphere?
Definitely.
Because there wasn't no social media or anything like that. So it had to be by word of mouth or someone made a phone call.
I think Councilman Mays probably did it, man. I swear, I've been betting me from yeehaw.
So what are some of the things that they have you do when you hold that seat?
You'll do a lot of advocacy work in the community.
Yeah, they need to know that.
The pageant queen before me, for Michigan, because you got USA pageants and you got Miss America pageants. Those are two different organizations, right? So, advocacy, she talked about not having a uterus. She didn't have a uterus at all. And I was like, whoa, Jacqueline, you don't got no uterus at all? Okay, and I talked about the difference between us was I had two uteruses. I had a bicornuate uterus. I'm looking at you.
It's a unicorn sitting next to me.
So those are, the differences is
like George finna Google that too.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to understand what I'm listening to. I don't even know what this means.
So, some women have pear-shaped uteruses. They have
some have
tilted, separate.
So yours had hydraulics?
Yeah,
two.
You gotta do.
That's why you probably had that twin in you.
Yep.
Just needing to come out.
No.
So you had two.
I had two
uteruses.
Bicornuate.
So you could have literally had
2 different baby daddies at one time.
Wow.
And they could all be different. They could all be different cultures. She could have had a Mexican baby, a black baby,
At the same
a
time.
white baby.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like the
That's wow.
fertility goddess Esther.
Because she could have had
Easter,
two separate
Esther.
sets of twins.
Easter.
What if it had been two sets of twins in the 2 uterus?
Yeah.
She could have 4 kids,
Can you
and none of them look alike.
It's an
That would
anomaly.
have been painful.
It's anomaly. And actually, when I gave birth to my daughter, like one uterus got to contracting at one time. My daughter was actually born in she was born inside a sack.
Oh, she was still in the
So
sack.
she's the call bearer.
Yeah. In the country, yeah.
What does that mean?
That means she sees spirits. So
What does it mean to be born in a sack, though?
full of water, that means she sees spirits.
Because usually your water breaks.
Your water
And then
breaks.
So
that
she was
sack of-
still in the placenta or something
Yeah.
like that?
She was still in the
Okay.
thing.
Mhm.
In the
Gotcha.
cocoon.
And they had to bust.
So she came out in the placenta.
Mhm.
She didn't bust through, didn't
Nope.
come out.
My water didn't break. My other uterus got the contracting, and it was 5 doctors that came in.
Do y'all hear this?
Yeah. Look, we went black. Look, ready for me back on. Turn me up like. Hey.
Oh, there it
Here we
goes.
go. Stand by. 5,
So that's
4.
one of the reasons why I was telling you that I've heard about that, and it's usually because you were a twin,
Yep.
and that twin is still living in you, and it's been there.
My twin didn't have no dingling though.
You don't know.
I don't know.
So
I ate
you're a
the
twin?
embryo.
It
That's
must-
what they so.
Why would you have 2 uteruses?
I'm saying
It never fused together. So I ate the other embryo. I was the stronger one, and I decided that I was going to eat it inside my mom's womb. I don't know.
you just scared me.
No, when I had my hysterectomy, they found teeth in here and
And the dermoid, it's
Hold
called a
up.
dermoid
dermoid
6.
cyst. It was all in there.
248.
So you a twin too?
I don't know. I had a monster in me. It was it.
I'm scared now. I vowed to celibacy.
So have you ever had a?
'Cause my uterus was tilted. I didn't have 2. But mine
have you
was
ever had
severely tilted.
a vagina just snap back and just
No.
no?
That's
Oh,
because
they
that's
all
that.
move out the way.
No, that evil twin in there.
Yeah. But Granny
Them
had
evil
twins too.
twins be
He
screaming.
a Gemini. I don't know what little air sign we're gonna get this day.
That normally be the response. I don't get bit. I snap.
Oh,
But I digress because I'm learning some things here. We're in this is science, but y'all both scared me. I think I'm going to celibacy.
So what time is it here?
It's been an hour and a half.
Yeah, because last week I went like 2.5 hours.
Did you?
Yeah, so I don't want to bore people, but yes, so that is why I said it's a possibility you were a twin.
I could have been a twin. I always tell my cousin that. I always be like,
Could
"You
have
was
been
my
2 of
twin."
y'all.
Hmm.
Of you.
So is it still living inside of me and it's kicking my ass and it's trying to get out?
It's ready to be born. It's ready
Oh
to come
my
out.
goodness. So that means I gotta get my uterus checked.
So hold up. I want to ask some questions. I'm about to interrupt y'all. So, but on the other end, so y'all both worked in entertainment.
Yes.
Mhm.
Y'all both been around a lot of successful people. You both
successful.
traveled. I'm saying
What's your
outside of
idea?
yourselves. I ain't
What's
saying
your
you're
idea?
not.
I'm just messing. Granny. What's your
Listen,
idea?
So folks that a lot of people strive to look and be like and implement or copy.
Mhm.
What first off, as Black women coming from Flint, how did people accept you or not when you went into different environments?
Well, for me, because I went to Houston, which is the South, some of the reaction I would get was, "Oh, you're so cute," or "You're so pretty to be dark skinned." Now I'm from Pine Bluff, so I'm used to hearing this kind of colorism stuff.
Even in Texas?
But in Houston, Texas, I was like, "Are you serious? I got to hear this some more." So it was a lot of that. Or, "What are you? Because your hair don't match. And your skin not it's kind of red." And they was like trying to figure it. So I started saying, "All right, you're gonna make the Creole Gina come out. Keep on." And I'm dead serious about it. So yeah, I got the "You're cute to be dark skinned," or "You cute to be brown skinned," or
In comparison to how were you treated here before you left?
never had anybody say that to me here. But to switch that up, I never been called the N-word while I was born in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and lived in Arkansas and in Texas. Never been called the N-word until I came back here and supported Mayor Weaver.
Wow.
I was
Look,
45,
So-
40 something years old before I got called the N word.
That's deep. What about yourself when it comes to the same subject?
um, first of all, I'm Cherokee. I'm black, but I'm Cherokee and I'm black. And all them things, you know how that 1492 census go. But this is my, ooh, sorry. This right here is my mentor, right? Who I love dearly. And she taught me some things about colorism because she wasn't exposed to colorism. I was either teased, I was called Big Bird or other things because I was like, and I actually stayed in the sun.
You
So,
talking about here in Flint
yeah,
growing up?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because I was always, even with the teachers, you could tell colorism, you know, that did exist amongst us. And I was very aware of it. You know, it was very in my face. Boom.
Yeah, because remember growing up and my friends in Africa don't call me cussing me out late in the middle of the night because it's it's daylight over there. But remember growing up, if we were calling ourselves panning on somebody, we would call them an African booty scratcher.
Yeah.
You know,
Like, what is that?
that's so. Ugh. Now I would throw up even thinking of saying that now, but that was like the thing in elementary school.
Yeah.
You tag you in, you the African beauty scratcher. Now.
I was called Big Bird and Light Bright, Damn Near White, and all these little, and I had long hair, and it was like, no, I'm black.
Did you ever get called that cornbread paper? Because we called people the cornbread. Remember the cornbread paper? We used to call people
When all the regular paper ran out,
Yeah,
and
I
they got the last of the last
So
paper.
people your color, like you the color of that cornbread paper.
Yeah, I was good, and I wanted to be, you know, I wanted to be dark skinned. I was never dark enough for dark skinned kids, and I was never light enough for light skinned kids. So that colorism is just like,
and it's weird that you had to experience it in the north.
Yeah,
you would think vice versa.
Right. Now, going off of that, now how were your experiences dealing with men in the different environments? First off, men in the entertainment business.
I got one for you.
Go ahead.
Ooh, Jamie, are you on here? My friend, I hope her power's on. Jamie, get on here because she know. So MTV was in town. And they was doing the making. Remember, they used to do the making of the video.
Yeah.
So I was styling the video that day, and it just so happened to be this house. You know the coupons that used to come in the mail, them coupon books.
Mm-hmm.
These people invented that.
Girl.
They invented that. Their house was like 35,000 square feet. They live next door to Tracy McGrady. Put it that way. So we shooting the video in this house. This is the night before Katrina hits. Anyways, so it's a scene where Mike Jones is a girl and she's on a Corvette and she's doing her little dance by herself. And she's like maybe a shade darker than me. And she's got this body like, I'm like, girl, do you just eat lettuce and protein? I mean, if you hit her with that move, it look like you could sit 4 cups on her butt. And all of this was just So she told me she did Pilates and gymnastics. And
it wasn't Buffy the Body, was it?
No. Well, that's another story, but I know about her.
Pull up that Mike Jones video, but I want to see her.
So me and Mike Jones end up getting into
Mike Jones
situation because he wanted to switch her out. I had picked her. I'm the wardrobe style. I had picked her, and he wanted to switch her out for a girl that almost looked mixed. She probably was, or she was probably Creole. And I was like, no. And we got into it. And like, he was like, well, it's just that this will sell better. I said, wow. And your sisters are your color. That girl had an engineering degree. She had drove all the way from Dallas to be in this video. I wish I could remember her name, but she had an amazing, she looked like she had been in the Olympics or something. I'm just like, girl, what do you do? Woo.
What was the name of the song again?
Huh?
What was the name of the song?
Oh, you want to pull up the
Yeah, we was pulling it up because I don't
Was it Next to You? Because I put My Girl Mike Jones in
it wasn't Next to You. It was
I want to be next to you.
the ice cream song.
Mike Jones.
Because the girl was going by on the ice cream paddling on the
I
ice
remember
cream truck.
that. Oh, you just aged me.
Yeah, she paddling on the ice cream truck. So,
Sad. I
so
want.
yeah, let's see what made it to the cut because we argued about it. So they did 2 cuts. They did one with the girl that looks like a real girl, and then they did the one that looks like you're trying to figure out what she is. And so,
Figure out what color was she? You know, she inbred.
but on the other
outbred.
side of that, I have much love from Jay Prince, Rap A Lot. Now they embraced me. Slim Thug, Columbia, they embraced me. I didn't have any problems from any, and we didn't have an issue. It was just he thought that was sell, and I'm telling him like I know what they like back in Detroit at Fairfax in the hood. You know, at the Brass Key, I know what they like. They like this girl look like this right
at
here.
Magic City.
And yeah, places like that. They want that girl look like that. What was that girl name on the
You find it, Granny? No.
Nah, I didn't see.
I like the way you move.
I like
Oh
the
yeah.
way you
Oh yeah.
What was that?
Look.
Dum, dum.
This how this girl
Dum,
body
dum,
look.
dum.
That's how that girl look.
I love it.
Yeah, that.
Ready for action.
Yeah,
Ah,
that kind of. Yeah, that
Granny
kind of.
is a whole producer
Yeah.
over here. Yes. Yes.
And it's funny that I did all these videos. I gotta go look because when you on set, you don't care what the name of the video is. You don't know. You in a trailer. They give you your own trailer as a star. I got my trailer. I gotta deal with whoever Slim Thug was dating at the time. I'm not gonna say her name. Coming in the trailer. You dealing with so much stuff. You don't. After you've been on a set 17 hours, you just ready to go home.
Ready to
And you
go.
dealing with all the characters
Trust me,
in the
you
play.
know I know.
I can say it because he's dead. Bushwick Bill and them robbed me blind. They stole everything they could from me. Took back to New York.
Wait. What do you mean they stole Bushwick?
Yeah, so I did that video with them.
My mind's playing tricks on me.
No, not that one. No, not that one.
Okay.
No,
Which
way
Bushwick
down.
we talking
Way
about?
down. This is Bushwick when Pimp C came home when they did that.
But I'm saying the same Bushwick though.
Yeah.
We talking about mind playing tricks on
Yeah,
Bushwick.
same Bushwick. So
Halloween fell on a
a
weekend.
me and
Bushwick.
Ghetto Boys are
Trick or treating.
Ooh.
Robbing little kids for cash.
Shout
So
out to
you was
Shop-
the little kid
Shop-
that they
Did
robbed
you
for cash?
rob?
Basically.
Ooh.
So what happened?
Good
I had
gracious.
a team. I'm doing this video. I got to, before you shoot the video, you kind of go in and sit down with the artists and kind of see what they want to wear, what they don't want to wear, kind of stuff, what they like. So I go and I borrow because I had a women's boutique. So I had a friend that had a men's boutique. He was a former football player. So he let me borrow some outfits out of his store for this video because I gotta style men and women. So I had to. The video ended up being 2 days long for whatever. Certain people getting high and drunk can't show up on time.
You've been there.
Yeah. So I gotta go to Vegas because the magic show is going on. I gotta go. So I leave my team with all of the items. So when I get back not even before I got back from Vegas, while I'm in Vegas, my team is calling me like, this is missing, that's missing. Shout out Bobby Taylor that let me borrow that stuff. That's missing, this missing. And I'm like, they start hats, shoes, about $600 worth of stuff. So, me being, I had to take that out of what I was being paid and take care of that. But I had an attitude. So I knew some people who knew some people.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, I had an attitude. So I knew some people who knew some people. So my people called the A&R Rap A Lot like, hey, woo. Next thing I know, Jay Prince right-hand man is calling me. I'm like, You've been invited to they call it the Dog Pound, the studio.
Ooh.
That's like being invited to the big house, with the big wood double doors that over. What did I do? So he was like, how much he get you for? Yeah, they got basically he's done this. Him and his wife at the time done this before. So he ended up giving me double back what the issue was. So I got, he's like, we got to protect Detroit. They started calling me Detroit. I kept saying, no, I'm from Flint. No, I'm from Flint. But for some reason, it's so hard to get people in the South to say Flint. Everybody from Michigan is from Detroit.
Yep.
You could say Lansing 1,000 times. They're going to say, this is my cousin from Detroit.
So I got a story about that too, Gina, because we in a club, right? We in Baton Rouge. Yeah, and my homegirl, she the only one literally with us from Detroit. Shout out to
Baton Rouge, my stomping ground. My mom's stomping ground.
I know, right? I know. That's why I had to bring it up. And guess who in the club? Boosie. Boosie back, yeah,
because he at home.
Hey, so he in the club, and me and my friend, this like we 18, 19 years old. We like, who? They like, come on, y'all, we about to go take a picture of little Boosie. They like, we like, who? They like, you know the nigga that sings Zoom Zoom.
Yeah, man, I don't know why I want to tell this story, man. Come on.
Zoom.
So he like, yep, Gritty up telling this story. So he like, yeah, where y'all from? And my homegirl, the only one. All the rest of us from Flint. She's like, we from Detroit. He like, oh, y'all from Detroit. And I'm like, we from Flint. He like Detroit. So anyway, one of the Boosie homeboys ended up grabbing her booty or something, and she like completely lost it, and we had to go. We had to leave, like literally leave, because she's like, oh my god, no, and she birthed the baby cow. So shout out to Brianna Barksdale. But yeah,
and I gotta take that back. I did styling for still tipping on 4-4s. That's when I really remember. The light-skinned girl that does this with the stop. That was one of my outfits.
That's material, girl. This is the love. This is my love.
So you got to meet Boosie Badger.
Boosie Badger. INDEBE. Like, hey, I gotta find that picture too. I'm gonna see that picture.
I was fortunate. I ran into Too Short several times over the years, but I was so excited the first time I met him. I was so groupied out. It was I want to say I was at the Bayou Classic. It was in New Orleans where I saw him. He was performing. I think it was a Bayou Classic. But I was like a little groupie. Then I ran into him again in Cancun.
You was everywhere.
And it was about to be. He spoke to me and said something like, "There go Motor City Booty," and the people I was with at the time didn't appreciate it. It was about to be a big Detroit.
Did you say there go Motor City Booty?
That's what he said, because he had remembered me.
Oh.
So then,
so look, I got a question. Have y'all been in situations where they didn't really understand what they didn't understand until they understood it, because you was from Flint and from the Midwest, and then they understood and they was like, "Oh, y'all built different."
Oh yeah,
yeah, absolutely.
Remember I tell you about the salon incident?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't care who your sister
Absolutely.
is.
And Flint is completely different from Detroit, from Chicago.
Everywhere. And that particular day, she tried to come at me. We was Flint deep down there in Houston. We had Robert Smith. All the Flint folks was there.
Gina better stop before they.
We was deep.
For the marketing specialist.
Allegedly.
We were deep.
Allegedly, because they will come. Because I still got incidents where I said something about Nicki Minaj and people still getting canceled.
Allegedly.
Because of my allegedly.
So
from something when I was like 20-something years old.
I'm gonna respond to what y'all saying. So you was talking about the colorism, and you was talking about the racism,
and the mustache. That's you being misogynistic as well too. I mean, this is a beautiful black woman, regardless.
I think that was more of the people that write the contracts and leading them to saying we want this, because you gotta remember that during that era, everything lightened up.
I thought that everything darkened up in that era.
No, it started lightening up. That's when everything started lightening up. It became less Buffy, more Melissa.
Melissa Ford and the Megan Good.
Well, that goes back to when I worked at BET though.
Superhead.
BET was all Latino, Hispanic. Viacom was running the show. So Time Warner, everybody that we reported to, that was Hispanic. Like that was a whole different conglomerate. That wasn't black. That was definitely.
I heard a lot of the West Coast radio stations are being ran the same way.
Well, I think it's a change, but my experience, and we had
We gotta
an
go.
hour 45 minutes, y'all. The kids that ate all of the everything and drank all everything. They gonna be up all night. I gotta go to the bathroom. They telling the truth. They gonna have to go to the restroom. So,
I gotta replace that.
I was too light. I went to Summerfield.
Uh-oh.
I went to Pearson, Summerfield. Kept going back and forth from there from kindergarten to
Pearson
sixth.
Hood.
Yeah, so that's where Marengo is where I grew up. And then Holmes, Northwestern, graduated Southwestern.
So you went to
So we all
Northwestern.
went to
Yeah,
Southwestern.
my freshman year, the year that Bill Thompson graduated and Andre Artis.
And Andre Artis.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that and Christian Keys.
Oh wow.
So yeah, because Christian Keys went to Northwestern and Beecher, I think. I think he went to Beecher, Northwestern, and Northwestern.
So you really that guy, huh?
Who?
Did you play sports?
I ran track and I wrestled.
I wrestled too.
What did you run, Jordan?
I don't remember. Whatever I ran, I should have ran something else. I was good for the first 100 yards, and then I think it was the 400.
Oh yeah.
I think I ran the 400.
So did you ever do canoeing?
Heck no, I couldn't get past Kanita.
Kanita, you good?
So I wasn't horrible, but my endurance was like, no. Like 100 yards, we done. We just playing. This is not. I remember the one race I do remember is like, that J. Cole song, I Let Nas Down.
Yeah.
When I think about the story now, I think like I let Bill down. Like I'm running, I'm in the lead, just like gone, full speed. Nobody's catching me. I get around the last curve, and it's like boop, 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 boop.
Ran all out of gas.
And they looking like, no, keep going. No, keep going. I just put $100 on you. Come on, go.
I can't.
And I'm just done. No. And then I see doo-doo, and then the one guy that was crawling, he just crawled by me. I'm like, I don't care.
Oh wow.
But it was just, and it was something.
Sports are real serious.
It's endurance when it comes to track. It is. Because the speed is one thing, but you have to build up your endurance for that, for the speed that you need for the amount of time you have to run that fast. So, but I had those experiences wrestling. Broke my thumb, and my dad didn't believe I broke my thumb, and the coach didn't believe it. I'm up here with like 2-3 weeks with a broken thumb, still going to practice.
No. And Coach didn't believe me.
That's
because it moved over and then I popped it back into place.
But it was still,
and it was done. I'm like, oh my goodness. And so, yeah.
So you screaming each day?
No, I wasn't screaming. I had whoopings. I knew how to take pain.
So did they call you the names like they called us?
Heck yeah. Women, your complexion, you too light. You like a light bulb. Like what? Because like my personal preference, women, your complexion is darker.
I see why light skinned boys always do that. They always want to chocolate.
I remember calling them people glowworms.
See, look, I remember that. We probably ran across each other somewhere.
They always want chocolate sisters, and they be like, "Oh, what about us light skinned sisters? Can we get with the program?"
And see, I fell in a certain dynamic, which I would love to have an open conversation about this, but nobody getting sensitive about it, because I don't have no problem talking about everything. Because I fell into a certain dynamic. I ain't no thug, I ain't no gangster, I ain't from the streets, but I'm from Flint. So when I'm walking down the street, going from here to there, I'm in the streets. I'm not doing what y'all doing, but if I'm hanging over somebody's house and they happen to be chopping up, rolling up, who going to jail with them? You. And we just happen to be friends. Yeah. So I had some of the people that were the closest to me was the ones that respected how I moved. Like it didn't matter. Like they see somebody and like, oh, this how I want to do whatever y'all say I'm gonna do. I'm like, I ain't doing none of that. Like I don't care. Like you cool, we cool. That's it. And I'm leaving. I don't want your money. I don't want nothing. We cool. We grew up together. We know each other.
When you get to doing this, I gotta go there.
Yeah. So the only time I stepped off the porch was when I was in Atlanta. So, and I was very good at it. that porch, that walking up and down the stairs on the porch.
Yeah, that's
But
the thing in Atlanta.
but I was taught a lot of things here, and I didn't understand or know that women liked me until I got to Atlanta. So I was cool. I knew I was decent, but I had so many problems. It was like some dude that half a chin, and all he do is beat people up and shoot at people, taking my girl. Like, man, what in the world is wrong? You telling me you want my kids and all this other, and now you would Humpty Dumpty. Okay,
I get too nice.
I get, maybe so. I don't mind being that, but make your mind up and won't have your mind what you want.
A thug, or you want?
Yeah, because I'm not being that. I don't want to be that. But at the same time, I'm from here.
Mm-hmm.
So when people say things and do things or move a certain way and come at you a certain way,
the flint gonna come out.
Right.
I'm not a cur. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And I come from a nice sized family also. So leave that there. But Atlanta, I'm, because the person I ate him like him and a half. So I was there. I had long hair. My hair was like ludicrous back in the day. And then I had the little Hispanic, Puerto Rican, Dominican look.
So you thought you was fine.
No, I didn't know it. I didn't
know.
Everybody, auntie and grandma liked me. I was liked by the aunties and grandmas. I wasn't liked by the women that I liked. Like if I was trying to hey, what's going on?
You look like Haitian Jack.
Nah, he no.
Even though he's you
could be his cousin. He's in a situation with Tupac. Look, I'm a Tupac fanatic. So but yeah.
So you experienced the women from the north and the south treating you
differently. Completely. So I had some very, very. Yeah, you ain't gotta actually do that.
I don't know where it is.
All the way down to the right. Keep going right. So yeah. So it was different. So I had some a couple nice females here.
So that built your confidence, didn't it?
No, it made me a dog, because the women here that I knew, that I went to church with and grew up with, those are the ones that ripped the hole in my hole.
So you came back everything. On some get back.
So when I get to Atlanta, it's like if you look at me, you smile, anything. I'm not.
You're tearing it up.
I'm about to make you remember the whole universe in me. So
that's that Gemini.
So, but
that's the dark side of the Gemini. I don't know.
So he apologized.
He apologized.
No, I don't, because I ain't did nobody wrong. I never lied. I never lied to nobody, and I never took nothing from nobody. I ain't never told nobody to destroy nothing that we created.
He said he didn't tell a lie.
Never lied.
He told you the truth.
All the time. 100.
T-Cells had the nerve to say that Grundy was a good guy.
I am, but I'm saying, but when you want to do some things and you take, I'm gonna quit with this because this y'all stuff. So when I get to Atlanta, I'm excited because it's sunny all the time, and it's this train system called the MARTA, and they take you everywhere, and I'm like, man, it's crazy. People talking different languages. I literally thought everybody was selling dope because everybody was in foreign cars.
Wide open. You see my
they was in Benzes and I'm like, everybody out here selling dope. I'm serious. That's how ignorant my tail was.
The black maker.
I didn't know what a Lamborghini was. So before I left, one of my homeboys, he jumped bail, went to Florida. He said, guess what I'm driving? And he told me a Lamborghini. I didn't know what a Lamborghini was. So
you wasn't into cars, Brandy?
I worked on cars my whole life, but I worked on General Motors cars and Ford cars.
Got you.
Not foreign.
I didn't like other. I painted a BMW here and there, but it wasn't my style. I wasn't into all that flashy stuff because all I knew was when you driving that, you about to get indicted. Everybody I knew.
You hot.
That as soon as you do that,
you real clean.
If you go outside of the Cadillac or the Lincoln Town Car or the Lincoln whatever, you about to get indicted.
You real,
because you can't connect that to your granny, your uncle, your nothing. You connecting that to like they looking at you.
You see my face, I'm just like, I'm amazed.
I remember when Dave bought that Mark. What was it?
The Mark 8.
Yeah, Mark 8.
The burgundy one.
Oh,
with the white top.
Goodness, he stood out like a sore thumb.
Y'all is real.
Yeah, but he still. I'm saying I knew him since I was
But he would take it to Detroit.
But it was
Where he
still
kinda
it was
blended
still
in
connected with the
with the
situation though.
situation.
He wasn't out here
He
with
didn't
the
get what he could have got.
Yes. He could have been all the way.
Yeah.
Because the legend or the rumor, one of the ones I heard, it was like 7 figures a week.
It was a lot of going on.
So yeah.
Talk about it Tuesday. We talk.
So that's a whole because that's a whole different part of the.
Yeah, we'll talk
what was
about
the last time? But
I used to be doing my homework up a day.
I just want to finish the story.
Go, Granny.
So
Atlanta.
Oh,
ATL,
The number I
shawty.
can't. The number is triple.
So 248-820-5053. I'm sorry if we couldn't get you in today. The Cash App is James is ready for money.
James is ready for money.
Can I finish it?
Yes.
Or y'all
Go
gotta
ahead.
stop?
No, go ahead.
Atlanta. I'm at what's the donut place that they came here? Then they
Krispy
left.
Kreme.
Krispy Kreme. I'm like, this is amazing. You can see the donuts getting made. Like, wow. So I go into Krispy Kreme, just amazed watching the donuts. Like, oh my goodness, I miss Dine Donuts. Get about to give me this chick. She was probably from New York or something like, hey, light skin.
Hey, light skin.
And I ain't paying her no mind because I'm just happy because I don't hear no drama nowhere. Everything's like la 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 la. It's Atlanta. Like I don't know. No drama. It's different from like I just want to get home.
My kids is definitely getting orphans when we get home.
Nah, they so. I just want to get home to Atlanta. Like la 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 la. So I'm in the thing. She's like, hey, shorty.
Hey, light skin.
Talking, and I know she's not talking to me because I'm like, where's the female that she talking to? Because it ain't me.
Hey,
So I keep my composure because I just want a Krispy Kreme donut. I want to know what that tastes like. So she hollering at me like, hey, you should, man, all this other stuff. So I look at her. She decent. I give her 7. And so she got the Timbs on and all the situation looking like she like, but she built nice. And so I don't know nothing about all of the little intricacies about the A that I knew once I started staying there. I didn't know none of these things. I'm brand new, just enjoying life.
green.
So she trying to talk crazy. And so in short of the story, I'm at my cousin from Beecher, Ron, Psycho, Ron Allen. He had an apartment down there. So I'm living with him and we at the apartment complex. So imagine being at any apartment complex in the middle of the night and you just skinny dip. I don't know what that is. February. So I'm like, I'm about to figure this. It's like, you talking crazy. So let's go. And she went from all that hard stuff. What are you doing?
She didn't want to go. She didn't want
I'm like, look, but never took nothing from no more. So ever. But when we got to the point, I just was doing something because it's February. So I was, the person that I ate, I didn't look like him. I had my little 8-pack, all that other stuff. So I'm like,
he didn't have to wear no t-shirt in the pool.
No, man, and it's midnight, 1 o'clock. So I'm just doing some different stuff because I'm like, I'm somewhere where ain't no gunshots, ain't no the crickets was giving me anxiety. So when we did get to that point, she talking crazy. By the time that the session was over, she was crawling out of everything like this.
She couldn't swim?
No,
Yeah, you get it.
I got it.
She got it. She feel me.
She
couldn't handle what she asked for.
She couldn't back.
Now what? So I'm there. You call me. I'm a nice guy.
You gave her that Flint.
I probably said Flint Town when I was doing it too.
You probably said Flint.
I probably
you gonna respect my city.
You gonna Flint?
F-L-I-N-T.
I might have said Dayton Ave too. I might have said I don't know, but whatever was going on back then in 2000 and
you from
2000.
Yeah.
2000.
Oh, we gotta give a shout out, and then we're gonna let y'all go. The Dayton Family's reunion is the
27th.
Is it the 27th?
Yeah, my cousin Matt is supposed to be performing.
I know it's
Lil
coming.
Matt. Lil Matt Hinkle.
Oh, Lil Matt. He can rap. I gotta say.
Trent Lord.
He can rap.
Shout out to Cuzzo.
Yeah, he can rap.
Yeah.
Ask him, do he want to come on the show?
Absolutely, man. I'm calling you out, Trent Lord.
He can spit some.
Yeah.
Talk that talk.
Talk that talk. Walk that walk. Can you walk that walk?
We want to support them. I need to pull this stuff up on my phone. That's the night of the fight.
keep thinking it's something. Granny.
Thank y'all for allowing me to speak. Now y'all see I'm a goofy.
Oh no, you need that.
No, we love you.
I think that's the night of that's Clarissa Shields' fight.
Is it?
27. So maybe it's the 29th.
Is it the 29th?
No, the 29th is a Monday.
Oh,
So,
It's the 27th.
So
So
it's
it's
the
all
same
in the
night.
weekend.
uh-oh.
See how we the same person, y'all? Give her this look.
This
is my whole heart.
Yeah.
Gina.
My daughter wants to go because it's on the golf course.
Oh, okay. We gotta take her to the golf course
Something
too.
like
It's
that.
up. It's they having a couple events coming up.
So see, we lost. Now we down now to 3 people now. So we're gonna cut the show while we still got a chance before it goes to 0. I want to thank. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun clips. I want to thank everybody who commented and shared. And please like, share, subscribe, get it out of the mud. It's an awesome platform. I love the studio. It's real slick up here. So our candidate for first ward city council person, Liberty Bell, gave you a little background one-on-one about her upbringing and what she did before she got it. What led her up to getting into the politics and what she's doing now. So I think she has an awesome story to tell. And if you see her out in the streets, show her some love. Yeah. And I'll see you Friday.
Friday with exclusives.
I don't know what time you getting off. You don't know.
I get off at 6:00.
So I guess we'll be here Friday at 6:30.
$1,800.
We'll be here.
See you then.
And I'll see you next Tuesday on the Gina Show. I don't know if it's gonna be Talk About Tuesday or we might have a special guest or a topic. We'll let you know. All right. Good night, everybody. Enjoy your dinner.
How do I gotta wink at him?
She
do
can't wink.
The red snapper wink.
Okay.
Thanks, Grandy. Thanks, Gina, for having me on the show.
Red snapper.
I can't. I'm still waiting to meet you.
Good night. Peace.
See you later.
And if you don't know no better, you can't do no better.
Hey, you know no better, ain't do no better.